Hello learners, welcome to another video lesson in science. Today's lesson is all about weather disturbances. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to characterize weather disturbances in the Philippines and describe their effects to daily life. What causes weather disturbances? Philippines experience an average of 20 typhoons a year. Being surrounded by bodies of water makes us prone to experience some weather disturbances. The biggest contributor of the weather disturbances in our country is the Pacific Ocean, which lies on the eastern side of our country. The vast and warm waters of the ocean is capable of generating many weather disturbances. Try to look at the pictures. Can you tell what the weather is? Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a certain period of time. The factors that affect the weather include air temperature, air pressure, humidity, clouds, precipitation, wind speed, and direction. When these factors change and affect the condition of the atmosphere, weather disturbances may occur. What is weather disturbances? Weather disturbances refer to any disruption of the atmosphere's stable condition. It can manifest through the formation of a low-pressure area or different prevailing winds like monsoons and the Intertropical Convergence Zone or ITCZ. Weather disturbances may occur because of number 1, northeast monsoon. This is the prevailing wind from the northeast, called northeast monsoon or amihan in Filipino. This wind brings cold air during the bare months and rain over the east coast of our country. This wind blows from October to March. However, its effects are felt from November to February. Number 2 is the southwest monsoon. This is the prevailing wind that blows from southwest. It is also called habagat in Filipino. This wind is warm and humid and brings rains from June to October. Number 3 is the Intertropical Convergence Zone or ITCZ. This area is near the equator where winds from the north and south hemispheres meet. This causes rain to fall from the clouds. Number 4 is thunderstorm. This is the result of the rapid rising of warm air. It brings heavy rain with lightning and strong winds. Number 5 is the abrupt change in air pressure. Air pressure refers to the weight of the air that is pressing down on Earth. An abrupt change in air pressure can trigger weather disturbances. Convection, or the rising of warm air and sinking of cold air, explains how a high-pressure area and a low-pressure area are formed. When cold air sinks, it results to a high-pressure area. Since most of the air is pressing down, the air on the surface becomes dry. Formation of a high-pressure area indicates fair weather, since fewer clouds are found in the sky. But when warm air rises, less air presses downward, resulting in the formation of a low-pressure area. As the air continuously rises, it will eventually cool, condense, and form clouds. The formation of low-pressure area indicates the possibility of rain. There is a higher chance of rain when more clouds are formed. An LPA accompanied by rains and strong winds can become a cyclone. Number 6 is tropical cyclones. Tropical cyclones are low-pressure areas in the tropics. The wind blows toward the center of eye of a cyclone, turning a counterclockwise direction in the northern hemisphere and clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. Given that the Philippines is found in the tropics, we experience tropical cyclone or bagyo in local term. Tropical cyclones that occur within the Philippine area of responsibility develop in the Pacific Ocean and in the West Philippine Sea. A cyclone that develops from the Pacific Ocean generally moves in a west to northwest direction. A cyclone that originates from the West Philippine Sea moves in an east to northeast direction. The Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration keeps track of cyclones that enter the Philippine area of responsibility. A cyclone intensifies when it is located over warm tropical waters. It weakens as it moves inland. The intensity of tropical cyclone varies, thus we classify them according to their degree of intensity. Classification of tropical cyclones according to strength of winds. First is the tropical disturbance. It is an isolated weather system with an apparent circulation. It is characterized by a poorly developed wind circulation. This is commonly observed throughout the wet tropics and subtropics. Another is tropical depression. It is a weak low-pressure disturbance with a definite surface circulation. A tropical depression has a maximum wind speed of up to 61 km per hour. It is most common in the equatorial region or the Intertropical Convergence Zone. The ITZZ is the belt of low pressure which circles the Earth generally near the equator. Another is the tropical storm. Once a tropical depression has intensified, it becomes a tropical storm. A tropical storm is a moderate tropical cyclone with maximum wind speed of 62 to 88 km per hour. A tropical storm is more organized and more circular in shape. The rotation of a tropical storm is more recognizable than that of a tropical depression. Severe tropical storm has a maximum wind speed of 89 to 117 km per hour. Another classification is typhoon. It is an intense tropical cyclone with maximum wind speed of 118 to 220 km per hour. Most of the time, a typhoon is accompanied by heavy rains and strong winds. In order to determine the strength of a typhoon, the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration or PSAS issues public storm warning signals or PSWS. The first one is the PSWS number 1. The wind is moving at a speed of 30 to 60 km per hour in at least 36 hours or intermittent rains may be expected within 36 hours. The second one is the PSWS number 2. Wind is moving at a speed of 61 to 120 km per hour may be expected in at least 24 hours in your locality. The third one is the PSWS number 3. Wind is moving at a speed of 121 to 170 km per hour may be expected in at least 18 hours in your locality. The fourth one is the PSWS number 4. A very intense typhoon with a wind speed of 171 to 220 km per hour may be expected in at least 12 hours in your locality. What are the effects of weather disturbances? First, it can damage properties and hurt people or even kill people. Second, strong winds can destroy power lines and communication lines. Third, road and bridges are damaged due to heavy rainfall and flooding. Fourth, weather disturbances can destroy our means of livelihood. because heavy rains and strong winds can uproot trees, can damage vegetation and our crops that provide us with food. Flash floods and landslide which can cause casualties and destruction of properties. Storm surge. What does it mean by storm surge? It is an abnormal rise in the sea level as a result of changes in atmospheric pressure and wind caused by storm. What to do before, during, and after a typhoon? Before. Number 1. Check the roof of your house for any leaks. Check the windows and make repairs if they are broken. Number 2. Make sure that the posts of your house are sturdy enough to withstand strong winds. Number 3. Keep enough supply of water, rice, canned goods, and medicines, but do not engage in the practice of panic buying. Number 4. Prepare an emergency kit. Number 5. Secure all important documents in a waterproof bag. Number 6. Keep a battery-powered radio to keep yourself updated on the latest news about the typhoon. What to do during typhoon? First, stay indoors. Cancel or postpone any travel plan. Second, if you live in a low-lying area, be alert about your local officials' advisory regarding evacuation. Number 3, stay away from places that might have experienced short circuit. Number 4, if you are in an evacuation center, be updated on the latest news advisory. Number 5, boil drinking water. Floods may have contaminated the tap water. Number 6, check if your family members or relatives who are staying in the affected areas are in need of help or rescue. What to do after typhoon? First, ask an electrician to check the electrical wirings or appliances that were soaked in flood water. Number 2, check the damaged parts of your house and have them repaired. Replace them if necessary. Number 3, boil your drinking water. Even after flood, water may not be that safe to drink. Number 4, ensure the safety of your family members and relatives who were affected by the floods. Number 5, help the victims of calamities by giving donations or being a volunteer in relief operations. It's experiment time. Let's explore. My emergency kit. Science skills, inferring, communicating. Time frame of this activity is 20 minutes. You will need short bond paper and ball pen. What to do? Number 1, pretend that there is a typhoon that affects your locality. Number 2, list down the top 5 important items that you will prepare in order to survive the hazards that the typhoon might bring. Number 3, after finalizing your list, write down the reason why you chose such items. Let's check how much have you learned from the discussion. Identify what is referred to. Choose the letter of the correct answer and write it on a sheet of paper. I'll be giving you 5 seconds to answer each questions. Item number 1. Which of the following refers to any disruption of the atmosphere's stable condition? Letter A, flash floods. Letter B, weather disturbances. Letter C, tropical cyclones. Letter D, landslide. The answer is weather disturbance. Item number 2. Which of the following may bring weather disturbances? A, formation of monsoons. B, thunderstorm. C, formation of LPA. Letter D, all of the above. The answer is all of the above. Number 3. Which of the following refers to the weight of air that is pressing down on Earth? A. Temperature. B. Air pressure. C. Cyclone. D. Typhoon. The answer is letter B. Air pressure. Item number 4. It is an intense tropical cyclone with maximum wind speed of 118 to 220 kilometers per hour, accompanied by heavy rains and strong winds. Letter A. Tropical storm. Letter B. Tropical depression. Letter C. Typhoon. Letter D. Tropical disturbance. The answer is typhoon. Now let's proceed to item number 5. What do you call an area near the equator where winds from the north and south hemispheres meet? A. Southwest monsoon. B. Northeast monsoon. C. ITCZ. Letter D. LPA. The answer is letter C. ITCZ. Let's proceed to item number 6. It indicates a fair weather since lesser rain clouds are formed. Letter A. High pressure area. Letter B. Low pressure area. Letter C. Pag-asa. Letter D. PAR. The answer is high pressure area. Letter A. Let's proceed to item number 7. It is an organization that keeps track of cyclones that enter the Philippine area of responsibility. A. High pressure area. B. Low pressure area. Letter C. Pag-asa. And letter D. NASA. The answer is letter C. Pag-asa. Let's have item number 8. What particular PSWS if the wind is moving at a speed of 121 to 170 kilometers per hour and may be expected in at least 18 hours in your locality? A. PSWS number 1. B. PSWS number 2. Letter C. PSWS number 3. And letter D. PSWS number 4. The answer is letter C. PSWS number 3. Let's have number 9. A cyclone that develops from the Pacific Ocean generally moves in a blank direction. A. East to northeast. B. East to west. C. West to northwest. And letter D. West to east. The answer is letter C. West to northwest. Let's have item number 10. Which of the following is the best thing to do after a typhoon? A. Stay indoor and cancel any travel plan. B. Check house roofs for any leakage. C. Repair the damaged parts of your house. Letter D. Stock enough food and water supply. The answer is letter C. Repair the damaged parts of your house. Test B. Draw a happy face if the statement shows safety precautionary measures in times of typhoon, and sad face if not. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. Number 1. Boil your drinking water even after the typhoon. The answer is happy face. Number 2. Check the electrical appliances after the flood has subsided. The answer is happy face. Number 3. Go on a panic buying spree of grocery items so you will have enough food stocks at home. The answer is sad face. Number 4. Check on your family members who are staying in affected areas. Determine if they need help or rescue. The answer is happy face. Number 5, last number. When there is typhoon, stay outdoors and proceed with your travel plans. The answer is sad face. Congratulations to those who are getting an excellent score. Now let us summarize what we have discussed in our lesson. Any disruption that occurs in the Earth's atmosphere is called weather disturbance. Convection is referred as the rising of the warm air and sinking of the cold air. The prevailing wind from the northeast is called northeast monsoon or amihan in Filipino. The prevailing wind that blows from southwest is called southwest monsoon or habagat in Filipino. The ITCZ is the area near the equator where winds from the north and south hemispheres meet. A rapidly rising warm air can create thunderstorms. Thunderstorms bring heavy rain with lightning and strong winds. High pressure area or HPA forms when cold air sinks and less warm air rises. It indicates fair weather since lesser rain clouds are formed. Low pressure area or LPA forms when more warm air rises. This can cause rain clouds to form which leads to rain. LPA accompanied by strong winds can become a cyclone. Tropical cyclone can be in different forms. These include tropical disturbance, tropical depression, tropical storm, and typhoon. Thank you for your participation. Please do not forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell.